quick, since we've been toying with this for a while, which is the welterweight division. Let's say Terrence Crawford is a legitimate player. Does he beat Errol Spence?
I don't know.
Does he beat Sean Porter?
Yes, of course. They both do.
Does he beat Keith Thurman?
I haven't seen Thurman after the injury. I have Crawford, my favorite. Benavidez, I want to see him fight someone, man. I want to know if this kid.
I'll tell you who they both need to fight, and that'll give us the line. Benavidez or Crawford can fight Jesse Vargas.
Oh, that is such a weak fight. Come on, that's not a step up, dude. That's not.
But it's exactly right. It'll tell you where they are.
No, if I was Benavidez in top rank, I'm going after their elite. Look at they're going after.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because they're Showtime, and you're not going to get that fight. Don't get me into the fucking
cares about
You're going to get me into the politics of fighting, Andrew.
Stop playing that
bullshit. Why is it all getting politics?
Stop playing that bullshit.
You realize, all right? You realize, Andrew, you have literally.
Lee, you do know that they've made fights before, right? You do know that Showtime and HBO made Pacquiao Mayweather, right? The two biggest fucking divas
for $100 million.
It happened. So stop acting like it can't. Like, oh, they won't fight. They're politics. Terrence Crawford
actually,
is
Andrew,
biggest.
I can't pretend it's not going to happen.
Well, I guarantee you, people, it will happen. Bob Arum is already starting it by pressing PBC guys. Hello? Anyone notice? Bob Arum is running this shit right now. He's got another superstar last night.
Andrew,
fuck Crawford.
Do you realize, Andrew, you are the Ted Nugent of boxing?
Wait until Bob Arum starts telling everyone to fight Jose Benavidez. Now he has two welterweights. Where the fuck is PBC at? Thurman's injured. Spence is crying for a fight. Did you see that this week?
Don't get me wrong. The stranglehold is by the No, look. The stranglehold by the PBC right now on the welterweight division, I completely get. Right?
Spence,
Terrence Crawford's going to wind up fighting, Thunle Mungabunga for the IBO title next. He's not going to fight a WBA, BC, or IBF belt. He's just not going to get that fight. He's not going to get that fight.
You act like PBC got more power than Bob Arum.
They don't have more power, but they're not. Oh, Andrew, why are you so naive?
You're so wrong on this. You're so wrong on this one. Bob Arum, he runs this fucking sport. You know that, right?
Well, yeah.
He has a guy that's ready to take everything.
Bob Arum put HBO out of business. I will take credit.
I know.
For saying that.
I'm telling you, dude. You do not go against him. He's already been pressing Spence. He just told them, if anybody's not talking Crawford Spence, fuck off. That was his title this week on his interview. They're coming. It has to happen. Lee, they both control.
We have a lot of, okay, I'm going to say this to all the Haymonites that listen to our show. Feel free to weigh in and tell me how the PBC is going to make this. The rest of you who live in a rational universe along with me that understand the politics of boxing, don't tell me your dream matchups, because what I think Andrew's telling me is his dream matchup at welterweight.
Dude, they're all right, whatever.
Well, who do you think he's really going to
What do you think they're going to do? Never fight each other, bro? Are you serious right now?
I do. That's exactly. I think he's going to fight Amir Khan.
So you don't think
Terrence Crawford's going to fight Amir Khan? I'm telling you right now.
Amir Khan's fighting Kell Brook. Hello.
I understand that.
I sent you the article.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the kind of fighter he's going to get. He's going to get Amir Khan. He's going to get a Jesse Vargas. He's going to fight.
Okay, but they're both very young. All right, we're talking about. Did I say Spence Crawford for their next fight in the winter? No,
Granados.
I'm not.
That's who he's going to fight.
But it's happening. Bob Arum is already starting to push that fight. He's trying to sell it. Right now, he's got Benavidez. If I was Benavidez, give me any of the PBC guys. You want to give him Jesse fucking Vargas? Give him Jesse Vargas. Or he's with Dazin now, but give it to him. Doesn't matter. It does not matter with this kid Benavidez. I'm telling you that if that's the best fighter in the world, welcome, Jose.
No
Benavidez.
way PBC is giving up one of the three belts right out of the gate. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have to go through.
Dude, did anybody? Lee must have missed it. The best fighter PBC has tweeted out, "I need a fight."
Right, I get that.
Lee, do you ever hear Terrence Crawford saying
that? Why am I the only
one
who seems to be able to understand the politics of this division? I agree with you of what should happen. Terrence Crawford is the WBO champion in a division that has 3 people that are from one organization. That one organization doesn't even... Wait, let's go a step further. That fucking organization doesn't even have the ball to turn all 3 of these guys on each other and unify the goddamn title.
I know. Keith Thurman's been playing injured for 2 years. That's why I don't really have him in my top 10 anymore.
Exactly my point, Andrew.
Drop
they strangled the welterweight division. Do I think that Bob has enough power to put Terrence Crawford in the number 1 position? I think he can do it with the WBC if he'll play ball. I think he can do. I think he has the power with the WBA, but he's going to have to do it each and every time and literally yank the belts out of the hand of the WBC. I'm just telling you what I think. I think they're going to be forced fights. They're not going to be. It's not going to be the WBC, the PBC coming to the table with a big smile on their face, going, "Okay, Bob, let's sit down and make this fight." It's just not going to happen. It's going to be a forced fight, legal, the whole 9. Those are going to be forced fights. If I was
Bob Arum, I would offer Danny Garcia a fight with Jose Benavidez on ESPN. I don't think Danny Garcia would pass that up today. There's a lot of PBC guys that are getting frustrated. Lee, the checks, we all know it's been written many times. They're not as worth as much as they were when this thing first started. They're not making $1 million anymore for fighting nobodies. Things have got to change. They know it. All their stupid matchups between each other have really faded out. They've used them all. The only ones they haven't used is Spence. Spence gets to run through everyone that the PBC has.
All right, I'm with you. Okay, so who do you think Terrence Crawford fights next? And then I'll make my prediction.
Terrence Crawford really doesn't have that many options because of who he is.
Right.
There's a lot of guys that are not going to take this fight because they're not going to win and they're not because you got to remember, PBC guys are going to be like, "Oh, well, I'm Floyd Mayweather, ain't I? Al Haymon keeps telling me I'm Floyd fucking Mayweather," and they're never going to come to an agreement. I think he has to go for the top. And that's all Terrence Crawford keeps saying. I want the top fish. Mikey fucking Garcia, step up. Errol Spence, step the fuck up. This guy's ready. He's called you out. Errol Spence has responded on Twitter, and then Terrence Crawford responds right back, and Spence goes ghost.
Okay, so that's your pick.
He's got to go for the top, and everybody.
Well,
needs
that
to
would
start.
Look. If I'm in a position and I'm Terrence Crawford, I still think it's Keith one time. I think the best fight is Keith Thurman of the pile.
Any of them.
Well, okay. So you're picking any one of the 3
Danny,
guys.
fucking give him Danny. Okay. It doesn't matter. He just lost. I don't care. Let these fights start happening.
Okay. So you're picking any one of the PB. So you're saying his next fight is a PBC guy. That's your pick.
Yeah, without yeah, Lee.
Now I'm going to make my pick. You ready? It's going to be Sergey Libkovich.
All right, very good. Yeah,
you think I'm joking, right?
Yeah.
I think he's going to keep taking guys with O's. I think he's going to take a Roberto Ariaza. He's going to take a nobody. Yeah, I'll tell you who it's going to be. It's going to be Roberto Ariaza, the WBO Intercontinental Champion who's 17-0. That's his next fight.
There you go. Good call.
That's literally going to be his next fight. It'll be on ESPN on in the afternoon. It'll be in Nebraska. Errol Spence will, have somebody new on his schedule that he's going to be fighting. It's going to be the same bullshit, Andrew.
PBC fights absolute nobodies. You got to remember, what was Spence's
but
last
there's
guy?
A lot for them.
Orozco from Mexico, no one even heard of.
But look at the top 10, Andrew. The top 10 is what? The top 10 is Jeff Horn, Danny Garcia, Jesse Vargas, Lamont Peterson, Adrian Broner, Amir Khan. These are the names up at the top. No, Andre Berto.
Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence is at the top. That's the top of your list.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just rolling off names. Depending on what organization you're reading,
and Jeff Horn, you can remove. He's now a fucking middleweight, right? He's fighting Anthony Medine or whatever in junior middleweight. Fuck him. He's out. Jeff Horn's out. So, I mean, you got Lamont Peterson there.
Jeff Horn, Canelo Alvarez is the greatest prediction in the history of boxing. And it's such a logical thing for Canelo Alvarez to do. Oh my God, that makes money, and I'd hold the fight in Australia. I'm telling you, Oscar, I gave you your next fight. Jeff Horn will take that fight all day for $2 million. You can hold it in Australia. Canelo will knock him the clean fuck out. It's a no-brainer
I would
fight.
even, if I'm Benavidez, I would start going after the bottom fish of the PBC too. I really would. You can look at fighters like Andre Berto.
With the PBC
No,
to
you
fight
don't.
PBC. If you want to go after anything that's going to hurt them, that's
you
what you
do
gotta
know
do.
that Andre Berto has already fought in everyone in the PBC, right? Devin Alexander, Victor Ortiz, he's out for rape, so he's probably going to be out. John Molina. All of these guys have fought in everybody already. There's no,
I'm with you. They've done
they're gonna
everything
start
to
bottom
fucking
fishing.
butcher this top 10 in the welterweight division.
So if I'm a Benavidez, I go after one of those guys. Current champs still have a name because PBC has put him out there. He needs the experience. He needs the work in the ring. You guys, 9 rounds in 2 years. That's what he performed like last night. Could you imagine if this dude had a 2-year comeback, maybe 4 fights, what he would have looked like against the best in the world? And I don't buy that bullshit that he didn't train, because these two have been jawing at each other for a very long time. This was a very personal fight that exploded at the weigh-ins when they finally went face-to-face. The trainers didn't like each other. They knew each other from the amateurs. This was a good fight. And what I seen last night, I had a lot more questions answered by Benavidez than I did Crawford. Listen, Crawford's defense, Lee, there's no way he takes right hands like this from the best. You cannot do that. He was staying in the pocket with no head movement, getting countered. He was getting, and granted, his offense is beautiful, right? He has the speed, the combos, all that too, but we knew that. We knew Terrence Crawford's offense. I'm looking at his defense, and a kid that only has 9 rounds in 2 years is fucking landing like this? You really think Floyd would have been touched that many times, you guys? Do we even have a highlight of one fight where Floyd is hit with like 12 right hands? Lee, there was some times, ESPN's not saying it. Don't worry. ESPN's not talking any of it. There's sometimes he lands a right hand, steps back, throws another one, lands that one fucking too. The kid had speed. I was impressed. I didn't expect it. Everyone kept calling me, oh, what do you think of the fight? What do you think of the fight? I'm like, dude, he was shot. He has 9 rounds in 2 years. I don't know who the fuck Benavidez is. I knew about the Herrera fight, right? We knew he went 12 rounds with a solid gatekeeper back in the day. Close fight, but it showed he had boxing skills because Herrera's a hell of a boxer. But that's 2015. What the fuck? That's 3 years ago. Don't know who he is.
Andrew?
Last night he answered him.
Andrew?
If I'm his father...
Andrew?
Wait, fuck, man. If I'm his father, I move him out of fucking Phoenix. If you're his father and you care as much as you proclaim you did in those interviews, get your sons out of Phoenix or wherever they're at that's got... Lee, do you know before this kid was shot twice? Matter of fact, they shot Benavidez once in the leg when he was walking his dog. I thought he was jogging. Now they're saying he was walking. Bop, they hit him in the knee. The dude falls on the ground. He says the guy put the gun up and hits him again. It hits his hand and doesn't hit him in the head. He got shot twice. That's a takeout. All right. No one just walks up, pops someone in the knee because they know he's a boxer. So what's the first thing you're gonna do, Lee? I said leg. What's the first thing you're gonna take those legs, right? You said wrestler, right? Bop, hits him right in the fucking leg to drop him. Then he fucking tries to hit him in his head. That's a takeout. A week before, they burned his Mercedes in his driveway. Whoever the fuck is after this kid, if I'm his dad, you got to move him out of that situation. Have no idea if they already have, but they must do it. And the boy, his older one that got caught on coke, do the same with him. He's an undefeated WBC champ, bro. Lee, you're terrible.
What? I'm just sneezing, man.
So yes, they got to move him out. I think this kid has
I'm
a
just
future.
telling you that I'm really happy that you feel that way about. We're never going to hear about Benavidez again.
Jose Benavidez and Mikey Garcia could be the biggest Mexican American fight we put on in a very long time.
Jose Benavidez doesn't have HBO, so we'll never hear from him again.
He has Phoenix, excuse me. He has Phoenix behind him. You know how